Welcome to the East Coast Conference Connection. I'm Steve Balson, bringing you all the latest in ECC sports. And today we're joined once again by the Commissioner of the East Coast Conference, Bob Dranoff. Bob, thanks for stopping by today.
Great to be here, Steve.
We have the chance today to talk as the holiday season surrounds us about some of the winter sports that are currently underway. Let's start off with the sport of men's basketball, where as always, the teams hit the break, get ready to really hit the home stretch for the second half of the season once January's calendar turns. And we'll take a look at the men's side, where the CW Post, LIU Post, I should say, Pioneers, have been once again predicted as the coach's choice to repeat their conference championship. What does the men's group look like this year?
I think, we had a strong year last year with, for first time in a while, we had two teams make it into the NCAA regionals. Post and our newest, one of our newest members, District of Columbia. The Post team is strong again. Coach Casey does such a good job there, and we'll see. I think NYIT also is looking very good this year. Malloy College seems to have a pretty good program, and they're doing some good things too.
It's always fun to watch some of the veteran coaches in the conference, the likes of Charles Marquardt out at Malloy, Sal Logano out at NYIT. Personalities who not only know the game but know the conference extremely well and are very entertaining to watch, as well as their teams.
You know what's interesting also on the men's side is that this is the first year that Roberts Wesleyan is on the schedule of all our schools, and they're a strong program, historically strong, and again strong. And we've also had a chance to see Damon College, who's played a few of our members. Damon will be joining the conference schedule next year, and they're going to be very competitive too. Well,
we'll watch those always competitive conference matches as the season goes underway. Same type of thing going on the women's side. Again, the Dowling College Golden Lions, defending champions, picked by the conference coaches as the choice to repeat this season, but there are some very formidable squads on the court in the first half of the season making their presence known.
Again, they're coming off of a great year last year when three of our schools qualified for NCAA regionals, and that's a first for us. Dowling, LIU Post, and again UDC on that side all went to the tournament. Dowling, like you said, is very strong, very strong. They have a couple of transfers that look to be good. NYIT women this year are off at that point, started off the season undefeated, 8-0, and Coach Anthony Cressito again is doing a good job with that squad. And the LIU Post women and University of Bridgeport all look strong.
And that has been such a great battle atop of the women's bracket in recent years with Post, Bridgeport, St. Thomas Aquinas, Malloy's been in the mix, NYIT. It really, as much as Dowling may seem to be the early front runner, it's pretty much anybody's game this year.
Yeah, it's a good, very competitive conference in women's basketball, and some really strong coaching. Excellent student athletes that we have making up those teams.
A lot of that story is yet to be written in the months of January and February leading up to the traditional March Madness, always one of our favorite times of year. But those aren't the only games in town, and this winter the ECC is going to be reinstituting, if you will, another sport championship. Why don't you fill us in on that a little bit?
Yes, for the first time since really, I guess, the early 2000s, we are bringing back indoor track and field for men and women as a championship sport in the East Coast Conference. That will be February 23rd at St. Anthony's High School, which is here on Long Island. We're excited about having indoor and outdoor track and field championships, and I'll tell you why. We have a lot of student athletes that have been participating for the teams at their schools that really didn't get all the recognition that all of our other student athletes did. And so a couple of the track and field coaches, Al Kilfoyle and Lauren Marcus from St. Thomas Aquinas, Al from Malloy College, had come to see me a few times to talk about their thoughts on putting this championship back together. And I'm really pleased that we were able to move the presidents and the athletic directors back in that direction. So they'll be joined by a few other programs. Those two institutions, Queens College has track and field, Roberts Wesleyan has a formidable track and field program, UDC's women, and then also we are bringing in as associate members on the women's side, Georgian Court University, and also Damon College is going to participate in the event. So we're real pleased moving forward. A great opportunity for us to give some more exposure to those student athletes. And in addition, we have some really quality programs that are doing well, and we'll have an opportunity to hopefully use that as a jumping off point into NCAA championships.
And whether it's as an administrator, as a coach, or as an athlete, as you mentioned, these programs have been in existence in recent years. It's not like they're just, the programs themselves are being formed, but there is just something special about guiding your season, your year toward a conference championship and being able to hand out that plaque at the end of the year.
I agree. You know, it's along with the championship, we're able to recognize them as all East Coast Conference participants and really give them a little bit more of the due that they deserve.
Well, as the season goes on, you'll be able to follow all of the exploits in men's, women's basketball, men's, women's track, every sport, every school, every athlete for the East Coast Conference. The place to be is ECCsports.org. You'll be able to catch up with all of that. And under the guidance of Commissioner Bob Dranoff, we expect bigger and better going forward. And Bob, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks
today.
very much, Stephen, and Happy New Year to you.
And we want to wish all of our viewers and fans of the East Coast Conference a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and a tremendous holiday season. Want to remind you that the ECC is the place to be for the very best in Division II intercollegiate athletics. Until next time, this is Steve Bolson for the ECC Connection saying so long.